Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to live coverage of high school baseball here on the Region Sports Network. We come to you today from beautiful Crown Point High School as Lake Central takes on Crown Point in a game that is currently in progress at the moment. Michael Brenner here on the play-by-play along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Coach, great to be with you in a baseball diamond for the first time in our tandem together.
Yeah, always great to be working with you. But like you said earlier, it's a beautiful day, and we got a beautiful ball field here and two quality teams. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, two teams that are near the top in the DAC standings, and we are currently in progress in this game. We're in the fourth batter in the lineup for Lake Central. Nick Robinson led off the top of the first inning with a double. Quinn O'Brien walked. Griffin Tobias struck out swinging, and now this is an at-bat here to Drew Kostiba, the right fielder, in the cleanup spot here. Count 1-2 on him at the moment. Pitching today for Crown Point is Aslan Farinelli. In 8 appearances this year, 5-1 with a 1.60 ERA.
He's doing a good job of mixing it up right now. Fastball, you got a little slider he's using right now, just trying to stay off the barrel, the top of this Lake Central order.
So 2 on with 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Just getting things going here at the beautiful new complex here at Crown Point. A little gamesmanship here as Farinelli was taking his time, taking liberties, if you will, getting that pitch potentially delivered here.
Yeah, the pitcher's got to control the pace, and he's doing a good job of controlling the base running at Lake Central. They might think something's on here.
This one lined into left, and this will touch down for a hit. Runners are moving up one base. So the second hit of the ball game goes to Drew Kostiba. So now the base is loaded for Lake Central. Got the win yesterday on a very crummy weather day, but Lake Central getting the win 3-2 in conference play, advanced them to 10-3 in conference play on the year. That's tied for second in the Duneland. Valparaiso stands 11-1, so there is, an off chance that Lake Central could still come out and potentially get a share of the DAC title, win it outright. Valpo could collapse because Valpo has a doubleheader today against LaPorte. So they have a doubleheader today, so we'll see how those games fare out. That pitch is outside to Ryder Fernandez, and then they have one more game that they have to make up against these Crown Point Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Valpo kind of surprised some people this year. I know they had Kroll, and he sat out quite a bit of the year with some arm issues, but they're at the top of the DAC, and that's saying a lot.
Well, what helped with that is we have a pitch delivered here. Now a ball also out of the Crown Point dugout went into play. Nobody saw it, though, so no harm, no foul. 3-0 here, the count on Ryder Fernandez. Valpo took Lake Central for both games, both in conference play here, 3-1 the count now. And it was a marathon game over at Lake Central earlier this year. A long effort that Lake Central had a 5-0 lead and then ended up going about, I forget exactly how many innings, maybe somewhere in the 11 to 12 areas. This one popped up on the right side. Jinsey giving chase and making the catch in shallow right field.
Yeah, anytime you can get 2 wins from a Duneland team, you want to try your win in your home games, but you can get one on the road. That's quite the feat.
And then it was a very, very close ball game, a walk-off win for Valpo over at their place. So a couple of heartbreakers for Lake Central against that Valparaiso team, and for Crown Point yesterday, coming close. We're down 2-1 in the majority of that game, and then Lake Central was able to capitalize on an error and get that third run, and then before you know it, at the end of the game, it was 3-2.
Mike, I don't know about you, but this time of the year is really, I enjoy this time of the year. With the end of the year, you kind of ramp it up to your sectionals, and the sectional weekend around Memorial Day weekend is just it's something that I really look forward to as a high school baseball fan.
It is. It feels like this season, the baseball season, goes so much faster than any of the other sports seasons, and you know this as a former high school baseball coach. You're playing 2 to 3 times a week. That includes weekends as well, and sometimes you got double headers on weekends. And unfortunately, this is also the season where you have the most potential postponements, and then all of a sudden your May gets that much crazier trying to fill in games that are with days that are available, as Parker Robinson here for Lake Central in this Lake Central lineup.
Yeah, we've had a pretty wet spring. It's amazing that these guys have gotten so many games in as they have. But, the ADs earn their money this spring.
That's for
scheduling and rescheduling.
It's baseball and softball.
Yeah.
And track and field as well. Swing and a miss and down on strike. So Crown Point gets out of the bases loaded jam. And no runs come across the board in the top of the first inning. We go to the home half of the first. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the first inning. First, we want to tell you about our game day forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Today's forecast, a very comfortable 66 degrees outside. Sun is shining. One of those high skies, Coach. There's not a cloud to be seen from our vantage point, so makes things a little bit trickier on those pop-ups. And we saw that play havoc. We weren't on the air when it happened, but we saw it play havoc in that first inning. Ball hit to center field. The wind was whipping that one right back towards second base, and then just couldn't grab a hold of it. It was Trevor Gibbs out there in center field, and that's what led to a double to start things up.
Yeah, and it started with it was a big swing, so he's playing deep, and it's kind of, I think it deceived him.
All right, we'll bring you that Crown Point starting lineup here in just a moment. As Griffin Tobias in here. This one chopped on the ground. Aslan Farinelli, the pitcher today for Lake Central. This one thrown over to first base from third base, and that is a 5-3 put out. So you've got Ryder Fernandez over there at third, Parker Robinson at short, Quinn O'Brien at second, and Brendan Smith over at first. And then behind the plate today, Luke Halfelt is the catcher for Lake Central. Griffin Tobias on the bump, and then in the outfield, you got Mike Zakowski, Nick Robinson, and Drew Kostiba from left to right in the outfield. Griffin Tobias this year in 8 appearances, 4-1 with a 1.13 ERA coming in. And clearly the idea is to swing early on Griffin here in this one.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind the count. You saw his warm-up pitches. He's got some movement. That little two-seamer thing he's got, and it's they call it a sweeper now or something like that, but he's got a lot of movement.
So for Crown Point, Aslan Farinelli led off, and then you got Noah Ehrlich here for the Bulldogs and Austin Leeming in the 3 spot. Tobias gets in the sign here. Here's the 1-1. Pitches outside, so 2-1. In the middle of the lineup for Crown Point, Billy Chidsey and Chase Horton, along with Joey Grimes, who's the designated hitter today. Trevor Gibbs out in center. And then the final 3 in the lineup, Joe Sullivan. This one on the ground right side. It's going to take a really nasty hop over there at first base and kicks into foul territory, but it's going to be a fair ball. That is a very weird bounce.
That was a lot of spinning and a little turf effect, right? That just kicked right.
Holy moly.
Looks like your pitching wedge.
Yeah, I haven't. Yikes. That was a lot of slice to that one.
When you throw your pitching wedge, that's what I meant.
Fair enough. Anyway, that final 3 in the lineup, Joe Sullivan, Linus Cheriton, and Christian Brazino. So this is Austin Leeming, left fielder today for the Bulldogs. A little bit check swing there. Home plate umpire says that is a strike, so 0-1 the count.
Starting off with a curveball. Start off with 3-hitter, with something you try to stay off the barrel. That's a good pitcher there.
This one hit into foul territory there, so 0-2.
He is getting ahead of the batters. Farinelli in the top of the first was getting behind. His pitch count went up quickly.
Yes, it did. Well, when you get the bases loaded, but then you were able to strike out two of the players in that lineup, and that's a lot of players through that lineup. I mean, you got through the first 6 hitters.
There was a lot of full counts and 3-1 counts.
It's Lake Central team, maybe not as offensively gifted as they have been in past seasons, but still can be a very patient team and work their walks. And now for Crown Point, looking to do a little bit of damage here in the first with 1 on, 1 out. They find themselves 8-5 in conference play. They were definitely, when I was here last time, they were definitely in a little bit better of a position than they are now. When I was here last, they were 7-2. This one comes right back to Griffin Tobias, over to first, and now, over to second, now over to first for a double play. 1-6-3 to get the put out, and oh my goodness, that came right back at him.
That's reflexes there. That's pure instinct.
All right, we go to the second inning, no score. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Day here at the Region Sports Network. We're at Crown Point High School. Beautiful new facilities here at CP in the Hub City. Mike Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. I get to officially call you a coach again.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, over South Central. Girls basketball, right?
Girls basketball.
All right. So
yeah. Excited. Was approved last night at the school board and ready to get back to work.
All right, can't wait to go watch you and heckle you from the stands.
Yeah.
What are you doing out there, Coach?
I'll have you on my bench. What would you do?
I'll bring the board.
There you go.
First pitch strike into Luke Hallfeld, who is the number 7 hitter in this lineup today for Lake Central. Brendan Smith and Mike Zakowski round up this Lake Central lineup. Your scheduled hitters here in the second. Defensively for Crown Point today, you got Liebing in left, Gibbs in center, Brazino in right, Jerriton at third, Ehrlich at short, Chinsey at second, and Sullivan at first. This one fouled away at the plate. Horton behind the plate today for Aslan Farinelli, who in 8 appearances, 5-1 on the year, a 1.60 ERA, 36 innings of work, has now 56 strikeouts on the year.
Both guys are high strikeout guys.
Yeah, in the 50s. Griffin Tobias coming in at 50, and Farinelli came in with 54, and he got 2 in that first inning.
Mm-hmm. And both teams played really tough schedules, so there's no fluke there.
And this is a year where the Duneland is very, very good. I would say overall it's been kind of down in past years, but this year more so. It's definitely had more compelling teams. Crown Point's been very good. Chesterton's been very good. This one lined into left, and this is going to be caught by Leeming out in left. Would you agree with that assessment? Or?
I do.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of parity. I think that's going to make for a fun Sectional 1 and Sectional 2, and that regional over at LaPorte's going to be awesome. That's always a trip we make. And but, yeah, there's a lot of parity in the league. We've talked about, different divisions within the conference.
That's what I was mentioning on other broadcasts, that in basketball it kind of feels like different tiers. You have, the high, middle, and low. This year, for baseball, you're just kind of splitting it in half. The teams that are kind of above 500 and the teams that are below 500. And we were just talking, I had the Portage game the other week, and I was here with Nate, and we were talking about that's a young team. Yeah. So that's a team that's going to be good here in the future.
Yeah, they start some sophomores, and Skylar Young's a pitcher, and Caleb Hacker's over there, and they got a nice young team if they can stick around and be healthy and keep fighting. It's a process to turn things around.
And this Crown Point team is fun to watch as well. I'm definitely interested to see how that plays out when the two teams battle come sectionals, because they will open sectional play against each other, if I remember correctly. Swing and a miss.
Valpo's got Crown Point.
Yep.
And Lake Central's got Munster.
Yep, two different sectionals,
yeah.
Lake Central and Sectional 1.
They could end up running into each other somewhere in the regional, but...
Tall task to ask for either team. Third strikeout of the day for Farnelli. Gets Brendan Smith there, and now Mike Sakowski comes up here. So he had to deal with the first 6 Lake Central hitters, and now gets the first 2 here in the second. So kind of getting himself into a little bit of a groove. He's got 4 consecutive outs. He's the Crown Point pitcher. And that pitch gets away as Mike Sakowski comes in. He's the left fielder today, one of the seniors on this Lake Central team.
Yeah, Farnelli looks like he's a little bit better of a rhythm this inning. He looks like he's more smooth right now.
And when you get back out to the hardwood, I want you wearing shoes like Farnelli.
Yeah.
I want you wearing those shoes.
Got it. I'll have to find out what those are.
That one paints the outside corner for a called strike, so 1-2. Already 2 outs here in the second inning, moving right along on a beautiful day for baseball. One missing just upstairs.
It's one of those the pitchers want, but the umpire's got a good zone going right now. Let's try to expand that zone a little bit.
I see how far he can get, for sure. I was watching, getting together with family this past weekend and watching some games and just kind of talking about, umpires setting up on the inside or the outside. And, a lot of times the umpires set up on the inside part of the plate. Now, I will say, as this one is called strike 3, that pitch was set up for the outside corner. But if you're set up on the inside and the ball goes all the way to the outside corner, you may not get those calls because you're that far away from your target.
Yep, absolutely. Umpires are human also.
So that one is strikeout number 4 of the day here as we wrap up the top of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Save for a healthy tomorrow with an HSA checking account from Tech Credit Union. It's a tax-advantaged way to save and pay for healthcare expenses. You'll enjoy no setup fee, no annual fee, and easy access to funds. Plus, you'll earn a better-than-competitive dividend rate, currently at 2.27% APY. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Visit Bulldog Park on selected Saturdays for the Crown Point Farmers Market beginning May 25th. Pursue wares from 70-plus vendors from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. through September 28th. Enjoy free yoga classes on select dates. For more information, visit crownpoint.in.gov. Now, that sounds right up your alley, Doug. Especially the yoga classes.
You say yogurt or yogurt ice cream?
All of the above.
With the toppings?
I've actually been over to those farmers markets. They're pretty good. They're pretty fun. This one on the ground, right side, picked up by Smith. Not letting a bad hop break him that time, and steps on the cushion for the first out. That was Billy Chidsey that led off there. So it's a 3 unassisted. This will bring up Jace Horton and Joey Grimes, your scheduled hitters here in this bottom of the second inning.
I think
good walk-up song.
There you go. So you're big and rich, right?
Oh, yes. can't let it play because obviously we get copyrighted and stuff, and people yell at us on Facebook. And
this is your karaoke jam, you and Rico.
This is not it.
Big and Rich.
I've had the time of my life.
Mike and Rico.
Did you just inadvertently call me Big? Is that what just happened on the air? You're not wrong. I see we're going to be going eating that yogurt together.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Horton in here. He's the catcher today for the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Oh, that's a tough play.
This one's going to be picked up by Robinson. Gets it out of the glove quickly, but not quickly enough. And Horton gets down to first base. He flies in to signal he's on safe himself on an infield single. Clearly, Doug, the MO is to attack early on pitches from Griffin.
Yeah, again, don't get behind in the count. Don't let him fish you. Don't let him chase. Get behind, and then he's in control. Early in the at-bat, attack the strikes and put it in play. I like that attitude with the way bats are now, and I know the BB cores are killed it a little bit, but they have ways to liven them up. But be aggressive and use that thing.
Joey Grimes here now taking a big healthy hack for strike one. Griffin, the reigning DAC pitcher of the year, season ago.
Grimes homered yesterday in the 3-2 loss, right?
Yes, he did. Next pitch from Tobias. This one gets away.
Doesn't see it.
And Hufeld can't find it, and runner gets down to second, so not too much damage done. All right, we're going to rule a wild pitch or a pass ball on that one.
It's a wild pitch.
We're going to go wild pitch.
The dirt.
I did when we were, I've mentioned this before, when we were covering the Cal Ripken World Series here in the Hub City, there was a Cherville team in the mix, and Griffin Tobias joined me on a broadcast just to kind of promote the Cherville aspect of things for Lake Central, and then every time the ball got away from the catcher, it was always a pass ball. It was never away. Because I was like, you are such a pitcher.
Yep, never the pitcher's fault.
No.
If it was a catcher,
it would always be a wild pitch.
Everything was a wild pitch, yeah.
I think that's what most people tend to lean towards, right, is the wild pitch as opposed to the pass ball.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the ball's in the dirt. I mean, the catchers are good.
This one right up the middle. This will get through for a base hit. And they're going to hold that runner at third, trying to cut this one off. It's going to get away a little bit, but nobody's going to move up. It's going to be runners on the corner here with just one away. They are just hitting it in those spots where the defenders are just out of range.
Yeah, just off the end of the bat. That was Coach Strayer held that guy up at third. A third base coach, usually you want to get out of the box a little bit and come down the line and get an idea and see the throw, right? If he had to do it again, knowing his arm strength, he might have sent him because that was the arm strength of the center fielder was not very good. You kind of come down the line a little bit.
Well,
he was stopping him early.
Yes, he did. Oof. This one on the ground, slow roller. Tobias going to take it himself. Step on the cushion. 1 run scores.
I'll tell you what. That's a half swing, little roller to the mound, but you got the job done. He sent the ball to the right side. Those are the little things that. That's a team swing.
It is.
That might not necessarily been his favorite swing, but that's a team swing and an RBI.
It's not technically a sacrifice because he was swinging as opposed to bunting, but it's inevitably the same thing.
Yeah.
And it scores the first run as Crown Point gets on the board first. The home team on the scoreboard. Swing and a miss from Linus Cheriton. That sacrifice was Joe Sullivan, by the way, gets the first RBI of the game.
Yeah, we used to say just roll to the second baseman. Score that guy from third, less than 2 outs. Roll it over there. That was a good effort.
Big swing and another strike here to Linus Cheriton.
That's a little cutter or two-seamer. That thing rides, and he's using that thing in the wind right now. It's moving.
So 0-2. The count here to the third baseman. Would like to drive in another run. He would give him his 14th RBI if he gets it here, but that's the first strikeout of the game for Tobias. A little bit of damage done for Lake Central, but Crown Point gets on the board first. It's 1-0 CP. We go to the third inning. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
The Lake Central Booster Football Club and LC alumni are proud to host its annual golf outing at Sherwood Golf Course on July 19th. 100% of the outing's proceeds will go towards all levels of the Lake Central football program. For more information, visit LCFB Booster Club Facebook page.
Are you a big golfer, Mike?
I go occasionally. I am currently coaching middle school golf.
Oh, middle school golf.
Yes.
We have U.S. Open this week, right?
The PGA Championship.
PGA Championship, right.
This one bunted over to third, and Sheraton can't come up with it. Nick Robinson just trying to get himself on base and does so for the second time here today already with a bunt single. He had that, well, we'll call it a lucky double.
The ability to bunt and bunt for hits. A lot of people think bunting, you're just giving up and out.
Not all
That's
the time.
not the case. If you can handle the bat. We coached a kid at back in the day. His son plays at Valpo now. His name was Hank Curry. He's in the record books for hits in a season, hits in a career, and I'll bet you he had one bunt hit a game.
You said his last name was what?
Hank Curry. Hank Curry.
You said Hurry. I'm like, well, that's appropriate. Hank Hurry.
Hank. Great guy. He's a teacher now in Lakeridge schools, but he had great hands he was our second baseman and just an unbelievable skilled, found ways to get on.
Checking on Nick Robinson over there. Certainly a stolen base threat. 28 stolen bases on the year.
I don't think people realize how important the pitcher is in this, controlling that base running. Whether it's changing up your tempo.
Well, he's thrown over twice already, so he can't do it anymore. If he does,
not
then
here.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Stupid rules. Trying to speed up the game like more people are going to watch. Look at the baseball stadiums. Are more people coming to the games?
Angry man yells at clouds. And there's not even a cloud in the sky.
I'm almost 50.
Swing and a miss. Runner going down to second. That was a very weird attempt there. He kind of got slowed up in between and made his way over to second on the stolen base attempt there. So does get in safely.
Yeah, the weapon of speed, right? I mean, it's hard to coach, but that's just using that. A guy in second with no outs here.
Well, I had a conversation with Nate the Great the other day, and we were on the broadcast. We were talking about small ball versus the new analytics and stuff. And what would where would you go in terms of how you would want to manufacture your runs? This one popped in the air. Coming in to make the catch in right is Brazino. Runner going to stay at second base, so a fly out to right.
It's funny, I was just watching, I watched a video this morning on Derek Jeter talking about analytics and how it's messing up the game. I'm a bunt guy.
Okay, so you're more of that small ball mentality.
Yeah, I coached with Randy Roberts over at Washington Township, and we just bunted a lot, put the ball in play and make the other defense, make the defense make a play, and not everybody, you got to be able to find other ways to score.
That's when I watch baseball, don't get me wrong, I love a home run in critical moments, but there's a lot of times I think there's more entertainment, more value out of, hitting a line drive into the gap and right, and there's a little bit more excitement that comes out, out of that, like where the runner's going to end up going, how far can you get, how fast can you run. Guys can put certain talents on display in that. Can a guy stretch it from a double to a triple, and then there's that excitement of, like, you hold on to your person next to you, and you're like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. You got to get the defense moving. You don't want them to be comfortable.
Pitch missing outside here. Griffin Tobias at the plate.
I know we have the home run derby and everything, and during All-Star game weekend or whatever it is. But like in the Far East, they do bunt derby. They have like bunting. It's a big part of the game. Watch a college baseball game.
Makes a difference.
It does, especially on this turf. That changed a little bit. That changed the skill a little bit. Just keep it away from the pitcher. That's what we told our guys. And
well, that's another thing that's kind of making the game a little bit different as well, right? So, you got these two teams that are used to playing on turf, and that's becoming more commonplace around, clubs around the state of Indiana. But then, these guys might play a total of, 5 games of the year on actual dirt.
Yeah.
And then you get to regionals and the rest of the HSAA tournament, and then all of a sudden you're playing on all but dirt. So does that have a big factor in how you play to a lot of ways?
There is a difference. I mean, you go to, as you advance and you play in the good fields like in regionals or semi-state, and especially down in Indy at Victory Field. But I think he's spending too much time. He's worrying about the runner here too much. But when you play in the places there's not bad hops out there, there's not a huge difference, I don't think. They cut it short, and you go to Endre, and Coach Pishker's over there got a pair of scissors out there cutting it. He wants that thing short, but it all depends on your team.
When we talk about regionals and semi-state up here in Northwest Indiana, LaPorte, Schreiber Field, absolutely one of the best, one of the gems.
Yeah.
In Northwest Indiana, or just in the state of Indiana in general. If you haven't been out to Schreiber Field and LaPorte, definitely worth a trip to watch a ball game.
Yeah,
and that's obviously in this conference, that's one of the places where you're going to play on dirt over the course of the year because of their field, and that's who hosts regionals and semi-state.
Yeah, Scott Upp is the coach out there, and they were wanting to put turf in. He said, no, I don't want it.
I don't want Schreiber. I personally don't want Schreiber Field to change. It's immaculate the way that it is.
Yeah. Ken Schreiber would roll over in his grave if that happened. That place is just amazing. They do a great job of taking care of it, and that would be a bad.
Drew Kostiba here for Lake Central. Griffin Tobias took the one-out walk. So runners on first and second here with one away. Pitch missing outside. That top of the second inning, Farinelli just, grooving him right in there, and now he's going back to that, having a little bit of struggle now that we're at the top of the lineup again.
Well, that's just what speed on the bases does. I think, like I said, he's spending a lot of time worrying about the leadoff man who got on with the base hit, Robinson. So he's doing a good job of distracting the pitcher here a little bit.
And Robinson, he's thinking like, hey, I got this guy. I've done exactly what I'm supposed to do here, and we got time called because it took a little too much time. As you mentioned, Farinelli looking at Robinson 3 different times.
Yeah. And Robinson's doing a good job. It's almost like, you can't tell. He looks like he's going to steal right now.
Yes.
His body language.
And it's just, pulling it just a little bit.
That's I'm not going to say it's a tight zone, but that's not a summer zone. The umpires in the summer, you want to widen it out a little bit, but he's pretty tight right now.
So setting up outside, and this is where they've kind of been setting up a majority of the way here. This one going to be foul. The runners were on their way.
I don't know if that was a straight steal or hit and run. Sean Treese, the umpires, come to tell Farinelli a little bit, but watch this, watch that. Maybe he's rocking. Maybe he's kind of quick pitching, trying to mess with Robinson's timing up there at second base.
Or maybe he told him I have dinner reservations. Let's go.
Let's pick this up a little bit.
Checking on that runner at second again, Kostiba. And this is the other thing. He's checking that long run at the runner here. As this one laced out into left center, coming up and giving chase is Trevor Gibbs. He'll throw to third. Runners don't advance. That's a big second out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard. I think the wind held it up a little bit, coming out of the northwest, right? And
sure.
Sounded good. But I think it knocked it down a little bit. That ball was hit hard.
Well, we saw earlier, before we got on the air, a ball pop up into center field. Looked like it was going to be about medium depth, and then he ended up letting it fall behind him, almost right behind second base.
Yeah.
Definitely affected that one. So 2 away here with 2 on. Here comes Ryder Fernandez. 5 extra base hits on the year, coming in batting .288. Takes the first pitch outside for a strike. He popped up to second base his last time up.
Yeah, Farinelli can show the umpire, I can hit that spot on the outside plate. He might get that call. That's a little Greg Maddox work. He would kind of, and then you try to stretch it a little bit more.
Just see how far he'll That's what I heard. I was listening to a podcast one time. You mentioned Greg Maggs. I'll mention Ian Happ. And, he said that, if there's one that he thought was kind of border and is that as far as you're going to go?
Right.
Is that as far? And they're like, I might give you a little bit more. Okay. So then he waits. And then, sometimes if he were to get into a argument with the official, or the umpire, he's going to say, like, this one was farther out than you called before. You said this was the line before. Yeah. I just want to make sure I establish where the line is.
You see in minor league baseball how you can challenge balls and strikes now? Do you see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah. They're trying that at some minor league levels where you can say, try that. And
that's got to be the very, very low levels, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But, yeah, that just goes along with your point. How far is a pitcher going to – like, how many strikeouts would Maddox have in today's strike zone?
Not nearly – I mean, we wouldn't have that Kerry Wood 20 strikeout game.
Right. Those guys with Maddox and Glavin, those guys were amazing, that Braves staff.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Fernandez, looking to drive in that first Lake Central one. Crown Point leads it 1-0 early in this one. Crown Point would love to get a win here on their home field against Lake Central.
You might see Robinson on the move here. No.
He's getting a big lead. This one going outside. He's about halfway in between. Has to scoot on back into second.
Yeah, you got 2 strikes and 2 outs. And Farinelli, like we said, it's not going to be a high-scoring game, so you might want to start the runners here and just try to get something, make them throw the ball around a little bit. But Farinelli's doing a good job of controlling the running game.
Fouled away back to the screen, so still 2-2 here with 2 away. Yeah, that wind blowing in kind of from, we can definitely see it in left field with the American flag out there.
Yeah, and 2 quality pitchers, and it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Blake Seaback, Logan Cotton pitching yesterday, both going the distance. Getting the gamesmanship here again.
It's a hold. Yeah, that's a good job by Fernandez. He's trying to get Robinson to stop from moving his feet. Robinson's doing a good job of staying active and moving his feet, just shuffling his feet a little bit, being athletic. But you try to get him to stop their moving their feet, kind of like in sand.
Yeah, because then once he delivers, then it's harder to kind of get that momentum back going, right?
Coach Strayer and his staff, like I said, they do a great job of preparing the pitchers for this kind of situation. But that's a big run out there. I know it's early, but every run I think is going to be tough today.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. This one lifted off foul. Again, Fernandez doing a good job staying in there, working a very quality at bat.
Yeah, I think he needs to throw that little cutter on the outside half, maybe get Fernandez to chase here. Trust your catcher, maybe bounce it,
On the ground, but foul this time.
He came in on him, tried to get on his hands. I know he had a quick second inning, but that pitch count's up pretty quickly for him.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with you there. Ryder Fernandez 1 for 2 in yesterday's ball game. Did have an RBI in that one. Also had a sacrifice fly. And down on strikes he goes. Farinelli works a long inning, but gets no damage for Lake Central. So we still are 1-0 Crown Point. We go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop. Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network.
Mike Brenner here along with the coach Doug Nelson, catching a good one here in the Duneland Athletic Conference. Lake Central and Crown Point, long-time rivals. At this point in the season, kind of just gearing up and getting ready for sectional play. It's a far cry for Crown Point to ask for, a share of the Duneland Athletic title at this point. Lake Central has kind of an outside shot of getting that, still within one game right now. Valpo, though, needs to really kind of lose out the rest of the season. I'm trying to see right now. They are playing the LaPorte Slicers today in a doubleheader, and right now Valpo is up 1-0 in the top of the fourth inning over there. That's a Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. Chesterton, another team out there in the Duneland that's doing really well this season as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to make Sectional 2 really interesting. That's always going to be tough. And we got Valpo, Chesterton, Crown Point. Crown Point's here in Munster, right?
And don't sleep on Portage here in this Sectional 2 either.
It all takes somebody getting hot, You get a hot pitcher going. And
Christian Brazino, Aslan Farnelli, and Noah Ehrlich, your scheduled hitters here in the third. Griffin Tobias back on the bump for the Indians. And the home plate umpire got a piece of that one.
That has to hurt. Catcher needs to go out there and talk to his pitcher a little bit. There he goes. But
so the umpire is going to go talk to him, too.
Oh, my. He's going to talk to that catcher. Oh, that hit him right on the knee guard.
He's still moving. Yeah, he's moving, though. He doesn't want to stay cramped up.
That thing's going to need some ice. He just took 90 mile an hour plus right off the kneecap.
How's your Wednesday going?
Yeah, no kidding.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes he goes.
Need to talk with that catcher. But, Tobias staying ahead and staying aggressive. Moving the ball around the plate.
That's like the have you seen some of the people will post videos about umpires and stuff, and I wish we didn't crud on the umpires as much as we do. I mean, we have like whole Twitter sites available to that. I mean, it's such a thankless job, but that's just my opinions on that. But there's ones where, the guy's not calling the game that you're really liking, or a game you're a way you're liking. The catcher just kind of moves the glove out of the way and then just beans the umpire.
I think, you're never going to get the pitcher to admit to it, but I think he went. I'm not going to check that.
No appeal down to first.
But there's no game, but there's no umpire.
Correct.
There's a shortage of umpires.
That one coming in low, so 2-1 here
in every sport.
So
in the spring,
3-1. Excuse me.
Yeah, in the spring you have boys volleyball now, and everyone wants to do softball because it's quicker.
That's a good point. That's a called strike. So the count full here to the pitcher, Aslan Farnelli.
Yeah, I think varsity umpire and me, Duneland, might be making $75-$80.
What are we doing up here? That's a called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate.
You just took one off the knee. If you could take one off the knee up here, then let me know. But
that's a good point.
Yeah, there's a little bit of again, you're going to have your 3-2 games like last night, nice and quick. And you're going to have some ugly snow and rain games too. Those aren't fun.
Yeah, I don't deal with that very well.
Yeah.
I sat out there just to watch a game and thought to myself, like, how do people have kids? Like, why do they do this?
Why? Yeah.
Why do you all do this to yourselves?
We were in Illinois at a tournament, I think in Joliet. I've never been so cold in my life. I'm like, why am I here?
Here's the 0-1 into Noah Ehrlich, taking for a strike. So quickly 0-2. Got a single his last time up. Can't wait to watch him in the fall, man. It's gonna be fun.
What a machine. Coach Vazia's got it going.
0-2, fouled. Strayer not going anywhere near that.
I learned that a long time ago, too. Don't even move. Don't try to field it because nothing good can come out of it. If you drop it, you're going to hear about it. Could take a bad hop. I've seen coaches break fingers and just don't move.
Here's the 0-2. This one lying down the left field line. This will get near the football stadium over there to our left.
Ehrlich's doing a good job. A little two-strike approach. A lot of hands here. There's not a whole lot of bottom load. Two-strike idea. You just open up and get on the plate and hope you can catch a mistake.
And strike three. It's going to be a drop third strike. They will have to throw down to first. Oh, high throw that gets away. And so it's a strikeout that allows to get on to first base.
E2.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. They
can all run or interference. Was he inside the base path?
That's a good question. We don't. Zach, do we have a replay of that by chance? Can we see? No, we don't have that. We'll have to go back and look at that ourselves. That's going to be an out. We'll have to see. We'll have to find out the exact ruling on that for sure. But we are at the end of 3. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
3 down for the Bulldogs there.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. # Remember the Region.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Mike Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Hey, Coach, we are going to name 3 award winners today. We're going to name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowd Company's proud to recognize superheroes on the baseball diamond. We're also going to name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more with Boilermakers Local 374 at local374.org. And then the Proud Union Home Play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network. Parker Robinson here to lead things off in the 4th inning for Lake Central, along with Luke Halfelt and Brendan Smith. Count 1-1 here on Parker Robinson.
Yeah, he struck out last time swinging. See if Farinelli goes right at him. I think you mentioned it, but the bottom of this Lake Central order is not real strong right now. Anytime you can flip the order over and get back to the top of the order with some guys on base, that's nice.
Swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Parker Robinson for the second time today. That's 6 strikeouts for Farinelli. That gives him 60 on the year.
Yeah, he just challenged him. Went right at Parker.
Luke Halfelt now. Lined out to left his last time up. Actually got a good piece of it. Just right at the defender leaning out there and left. This one on the ground. This one will get through on the right side for an opposite field base hit.
Nice job there by Halfelt. Kind of on his hands.
Yeah.
Broken bat
very
there.
inside, yeah.
Broken bat would have been. But, good job going inside-outside swing, and good job. Kind of fought it off. Got the bullpen moving for the Bulldogs down the left field line.
The 5 through 9 hitters had not recorded any kind of on base at this point until that base hit.
Yeah.
They're now 1 for 8 in the bottom part of this Lake Central lineup. So you talk about the bottom not producing, trying to get that lineup turned over. That's a good way to start, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Throwing over to first, that one gets just a little too wide for Sullivan. Definitely would have been close had it been a really good throw.
Yeah, Farinelli would like another double play here. Keep that pitch count down. Keep him maybe give him another inning or 2.
0-1 missing down and outside. So Brendan Smith with a 1-1 count here. 6 extra base hits on the year. We'd like to see number 7 right here.
We have a pinch runner on first, Mike. You can pick up that number.
I cannot see that number, so we do have a courtesy runner at first, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did it very quickly. Yeah, because that's the catcher Halfelt's position, so we'll try to find that number. 11 will be that number, so that is going to be Jake Figg.
Those speed-up rules are nice because it gives you a chance to get another guy in the game.
Can they throw over?
So maybe it's a spot on the roster. Keep the fast guy.
That's what they kept you for. 8 stolen bases on the year for Fig. Throw home, and it's outside. So 2-1 the count here to Brendan Smith.
Yeah, Farinelli needs work ahead. He needs to challenge the guys in the bottom of the order.
Runner goes. The throw down to second. A good tag gets him, and they're going to say safe.
Great slide by Fig. It's kind of around the outside of it.
Certainly looked like the ball beat him down there, so maybe get a little swim move or something.
Yeah, there's a little Javier Baez slide, but great throw. And that's another thing we talked about. I heard on the MLB Network or something about how the shortstop's got to let the ball come to him.
Mm-hmm.
Ehrlich kind of came and got it and then went back to the bag to tag. Let the ball get there.
Yeah, because at that point you are standing in front of the bag and then having to turn back around to get the tag.
Yeah, and it's just faster. It's faster to let the ball travel.
So moving up just a little bit can make that much of a difference. Ask Wilson Contreras. Is that one fouled back to the screen? Did you see that one?
Oh, gosh. How bad does that have to hurt?
I don't even want to think about it. It'd be like if I didn't get to broadcast with you anymore. During basketball. So that's why I'm going to lose you.
I thought you were going to say every time you do at the broadcast with me.
No. I'm going to lose you during basketball season. That's not going to be fun. 2-2. Coming inside. So the count runs full now. Really good work here by Brendan Smith. And maybe a slight bit of frustration seen on Farinelli. I think he wanted that one.
Yeah, it might have been up a little bit.
Comes right back inside. Gets that almost that identical spot. This time it's called for a strike. 7 strikeouts on the day so far for Farinelli.
As we said, I would bottom of the order like this. Maybe not the 9 batter because a lot of times your 9 batter is a double leadoff, but the 6, 7, 8, I would challenge those guys with fastballs moving around. He just painted the inside corner there with the 4-seamer, and Smith strikes out for the second time. Like you said, the 6, 7, 8, 9 guys have struck out 5 times, already.
Mike Setkowski. Yeah, there's definitely a guy that could be and has been the leadoff hitter for Lake Central this season in the number 9 spot. And that's what you start to manufacture your lineup a little bit, change things up a little bit.
Yeah, double leadoff's good. If you can have a quality 9 hitter in the 9 hole, that's very nice.
That's certainly a change from tradition where that would kind of just be the pitcher's spot, and that's kind of just a wasted position or a wasted spot in the lineup too. Historically for the most part.
Not if you're Rick Sutcliffe, remember him?
Yeah,
he can hit the ball.
Yeah.
Maddox can handle the bat too.
This one popped in the air, right center. Gibbs and Brazino coming in. It's Brazino to make the catch out and right. And Lake Central still held off the scoreboard. Farinelli doing a great job limiting any damage that could be done here in this game. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Crown Point leads at 1-0. We're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back, everybody. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Michael Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Now.
I think I give you praise because Nate always gives me too much praise, so I got to counteract that and give it all to you.
Well, I just need to praise Nathan a lot.
Yeah, well, there's not really reasons to do that.
Yeah.
Love you, Nate the Great. All right, Lee Ming, Chidsey, and Horton, your scheduled hitters for Crown Point here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, tacking on that first pitch. Ground ball to Fernandez. That's going to be high, and it's not going to do too much damage there. And I think he would have been safe anyway. You ruling that a hit? I think he would have been safe.
You think so? I think it's an error.
Okay, let's go that route. You're the former coach.
That's a two-hopper. That should be a pretty routine play. I saw him when he tried to take it out of his glove. It didn't look like it came out real smooth, but 3, 4, 5 hitters, you don't want to give them extra outs. Coach Dreyer will see if how he plays this. He might try to manufacture a run, but with your 4-hitter, you never know.
Chidsey, 6 extra base hits on the year. Takes the first pitch. I believe before a strike, I thought I saw the batter start. Nope, ball 1, excuse me. I saw the batter kind of move his head in displeasure.
Yeah, I think he called it outside, but home plate umpires had a consistent zone. That's all you can ask for.
That's right, exactly. So Tobias back on the bump here. This one pitched outside, so 2-0 the count.
It's a good hit-run count here if you want to move the runners. I don't know if Chidsey's a big strikeout guy or good with the bat.
Still checking on that runner over at first. This one comes in. This one lined into right center. This will bloop, and it will get all the way to the wall. Past Nick Robinson, a second run comes in for the Bulldogs, and it's an RBI double for Billy Chidsey.
Chidsey hit that hard in right center gap. I think it might have confused the center fielder. That ball just kept traveling. But he laced that out. The hit and run was on, and the runner was moving. Well, he got a good piece of that. That could be a possibility for play of the game. I think he hit that hard.
That was definitely a frozen rope out there to.
Again, you want to add on
center.
here. Yeah, you want to add on, see if they sack bunt here.
So 12 RBIs on the year for Chidsey now. Here comes Jace Horton with a runner in scoring position.
Right
Ground ball right side. This is going to get knocked down by O'Brien. Can't pick it up. Runner moves down to third. Really nice piece of hitting there from Horton.
Good things happen when you move the runners. Put the ball in play. We try to do the right thing, play the game the right way. You know, I think he made an effort to go inside out.
And we'll have a courtesy runner here. Did you see that number?
Number 8.
Number 8 for the Bulldogs. Let me pull that up here. That is going to be Brandon Eit.
And they're getting to Tobias here. Chance for a big inning.
This one lined into right center, but it is caught by the second baseman. Do they double up at first? They do.
That's not very good base running by your courtesy runner. It's a pretty soft liner.
Yeah, that was. I thought it was ticketed for. I thought it was ticketed for right center, but that kind of ball died there as O'Brien made that catch.
Yeah, where's he going? I don't think he was stealing, was he?
Just got caught watching a little bit.
Yeah.
Runner stays at third, so still 2-0 Crown Point here in the fourth inning. This one lined and in for a hit. O'Brien couldn't pick that one up.
2-out base hit. Those are so big. 2-out RBI.
Joe Sullivan with his 4th RBI of the year. Drives in Chidsey there. Now Linus Cheriton comes up.
Did Grimes was the one that...
Grimes was one that...
lined out?
Yep.
What did Horton do?
That was the single.
Oh, that's right.
And it was lifted for the courtesy runner. So Cheriton now struck out his last time up in Strayer, given some information that he's going to need. So it's 3-0 right now in favor of the Bulldogs.
Started with the leadoff error, Michael. Leadoff error is just as bad as leadoff walk.
And that run did come around to score.
Yeah.
First pitch in for a strike.
unwritten rules of baseball. It happens. You can talk about analytics.
Breaking ball in there for the strike, so quickly 0-2 on Sheridan, who, like I said, struck out his last time up. He would like an extra base hit. He's got 5 on the year. 13 ribbies. This one on the ground right side, but it's going to be foul.
A great job protecting the plate with 2 strikes there. A little short swing, just punch and see another pitch from Tobias. You get the 2 strikes, you're just hoping for like a mistake. You know, you're kind of at the pitcher's mercy here.
0-2. Swing and a miss. And down he goes, and that'll end the 4th inning, but not before Crown Point puts 2 more on the board. They lead 3-0 after 4 here at their home ballpark. We go to the 5th. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
We go to the 5th inning here at Crown Point High School here in the Hub City. Absolutely glorious day for baseball. Got not a cloud in the sky, yet the guy to my right yells at clouds. He's not yelling too much today.
Not today.
He's happy to be back on a broadcast doing baseball.
It's a nice day, and any day with sitting to the right of Brandner, you're good.
That to my left is a whole different story.
Exactly. My bad eye.
First pitch into Nick Robinson. Outside, 4-1. So back to the top of the lineup for Lake Central that's been doing a lot of that damage against Farnelli. Now, not damage in terms of scoring runs, but just building up that pitch count.
I think this is a big inning for Lake Central. Top of the order, as you said. This could be, last time they bat with 3 times up, or 3 innings left.
This one lined left center, giving Chase Leeming. This is going to be dropping in for a leadoff hit. Robinson making that turn around second, and he is in with a stand-up double to start the 5th.
Yeah, left fielder didn't take a very good route to that ball. You see that? He kind of ran right to it as opposed to running out to where it will be, but he might have misjudged a little bit, but that was a very hard-hit ball there by Nick Robinson. He's got 2 doubles on the day, right?
Yes, he does. He's 3 for 3. 2 doubles and a single.
You gave him a single on that? I thought we gave
No, that was a double there, but in the 3rd inning he gave a single.
I thought we gave the 3rd baseman an error.
That was for the bottom of the 4th inning.
My bad.
Yeah, you got to switch those sheets around.
What? Don't confuse me.
You just have it as a book. It's one side or the other.
Yeah, let alone read my own handwriting. Asking a lot.
Yeah, he's got hieroglyphics over there. 1-0 the count here to Quinn O'Brien. This one fouled to the right there.
You got to move that runner. You got to get him to third base with less than 2 outs and find a way to do that. I know they're chasing 3, but you can't get 3 without getting 1. You got to work on getting that guy in.
NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. 1-1 count here to O'Brien. Missing outside. So 2-1. This is where Lake Central, a very patient team. It's not the offensive juggernaut that it's been in the past, but still a patient team that will run and manufacture runs.
Yeah, 2-1's a great hitter's pitch. if the pitcher gives you a four-seamer.
This one lifted in the air into shallow right. Brazzino moving to his left to catch it. Robinson trying to tag up to third. The throw is offline, and Robinson tags up to go to third.
Yeah, it's a good job moving the runner. Just find a way to get it over there.
Well, that makes it a truly productive out in this case, and now Lake Central with an opportunity to really get that run in. As Griffin Tobias.
It's a QAB, quality at bat, right? Get something out of it. Now you get a shot to your best hitter up there, one of your best hitters, to run that, score that run.
First pitch on the outside part of the zone for a strike.
Sure, Tobias is going, where's that call when I'm pitching, right? But that's a great opportunity there just to roll the ball the right side.
Swing and a miss. 0 for 1 on the day for Tobias. Struck out back in the first. Took a walk in the third, and now quickly 0-2 in the hole here.
Yeah, you got to find a way to put this ball in play. You got to score that run.
Missing outside, and maybe do the same thing that Crown Point's doing. Crown Point is, they're getting hard hit balls, but that's not what really is the ones that are doing the damage. It's those slow rollers.
Yeah, you just roll it to the right side. That's all you're trying to do. Put it in play. There you go.
Lifted to the right side, but this will get out of play.
He's battling. But you're thinking roll the ball to the middle infield, right side, score that run, whatever it takes. You'll trade an out for a run. Just you got to chip away.
It's a 1-2. That one on the outside part of the zone for called strike 3.
Called third strikes, Michael. RBI in third, standing there. You got to find a way to touch that ball and put it in play. Choke up, just play a little pepper. That's a game that when I was coaching, I had to tell my kids how to play. We played that so much when we were kids. Just see the ball hit the bat.
Yeah, you look to see where everybody's lined up, and you're just trying to hit it where they're not, right?
Just
This one
that ball's
lined into right center. This one will touch down and roll to the wall. One run is in. Costiba is on his horse, rounding second base. He's going to be in at third with an RBI triple.
Again, you can see that ball in right center field, right field. That ball's carrying. That ball, he hit that hard. Picking up that run from third base, but yeah, that was a great job of hitting right there.
So Lake Central gets one of those runs back, 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs still, and now you've got Ryder Fernandez. That first pitch missing outside, and now another opportunity with that runner on third base. Again, like you said, just play a little pepper. There's a little bit of space there on that right field line and left field line, but right field line would be certainly a little bit more enjoyable.
Right now, you're just trying to, for 2 outs, you're trying to put the barrel on the ball. Cannot, those 2-out RBI, those are huge, especially when you're chasing. You're down 2 runs here.
The 1-1. Little 2 inside there, so 2-1 the count.
You're sitting four-seam fastball here. And don't be late. Drive the ball right back up the middle.
There it comes. This one right back to third. One hopper to Cheriton over to first, and that's going to be in time. Great throw down to first. So it's 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. We go to the bottom of the fifth. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Save for a healthy tomorrow with an HSA checking account from Tech Credit Union. It's a tax-advantaged way to save and pay for healthcare expenses. You'll enjoy no setup fee, no annual fee, and easy access to funds. Plus, you'll earn a better-than-competitive dividend rate, currently at 2.27% APY. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
We are back at beautiful Crown Point High School. Mayor Pete Land and Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, encouraging smart growth. Visit Bulldog Park on selected Saturdays for the Crown Point Farmers Market beginning May 25th. Pursue wares from 70-plus vendors from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. through September 28th. Enjoy free yoga classes on select dates. For more information, visit crownpoint.in.gov. Tobias starts out 1-1 count here on the 9 batter here from Crown Point. Brasino back up the middle. Great hand by Tobias. Nice little 1-3 put out. Back to the top of the order for Crown Point. Tobias is rolling. His pitch count's pretty good. Little action down there in the Lake Central bullpen. Working with the bands. Getting ready to go. Now up, number 13, leadoff man, Aslan Fernelli. Ooh. Start off with a little cutter. Ball 1. Tobias working quick. We're at 1-1 now. Fernelli swing and miss. Fouled off to the right side on a four-seamer. Tobias is ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off to the right side. He stays ahead 1-2. Farinelli doing a good job of staying alive here at this at-bat. 1-2 count, Michael. 1 out already.
How you doing? Play-by-play skills up to date?
Too much talking. I'm not the social butterfly of Michael Brandner. I try to keep my short sentences short.
1-2 popped up in foul again.
Going through those baseballs. So Wilson 10-10s, is that what they are anymore?
They are indeed, yeah.
About $8 a ball. We're standing around waiting for a baseball.
Like Coach Strayer throwing one out there.
Yeah, showing off the arm. You got to go to the supply. A lot of foul balls go over to the softball facility here, right? Used to
there are a bunch of kids behind us. They should be going to grab those, I would think. Called strike 3.
Either that or they're pocketing them. Throw them in a bucket.
When he said they're $8 a ball, so.
Yeah, on a good day. And the turf eats up baseballs just like dirt and grass. It's just a different tear up. You know what I mean? It kind of
still scuffs it in a way. Yeah.
It kind of grays the ball out. They kind of get gray after a while.
This brings up Noah Ehrlich now. First pitch out to him.
3-hitter.
How was the first out recorded?
Back to the pitcher. Ground ball, back to the pitcher. 1-3 put out.
1-3 put out. All right. Thank you, sir. This one on the ground right side.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to watch Noah next fall, right?
Yes.
And the Bulldogs and
senior season.
Yeah.
Having a taste of that state championship appearance and coming up short. This one hit the other way, and this will be down on a diving attempt from Zatkowski, but can't come up with it. Great attempt out there and left. You can't do it much better than that.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there, going the other way. I kind of thought that it was lucky they didn't get by him. That was a great job by the left fielder, at least to get a part of it. But yeah, great job hitting Ehrlich there, hitting a fastball, going the other way with taking Tobias four-seamer.
So a big 2-out double. And now an RBI opportunity here for Austin Leeming, who's got 18 RBIs on the year. Trying to hit that one the other way. Another ball out of play.
It's interesting to see how Tobias will go after him with the base open, and you're going to the 3-hitter, right? See what kind of strategy's involved, but this is where, a walk's not bad. And it also sets up a force in the infield.
Correct, yeah.
So you might kind of not pitch around him. I know he's going to be aggressively smart. Maybe we'll put it that way.
Aggressively smart. I like that term.
Right? Just not give in.
It's been a really good pitcher's duel so far in this one. 3-1 your score. Foul tip into the mitt of Halfeld.
Yeah, when you got the movement that Tobias does, I guess you can go right at guys. That's aggressively smart, right? But that was the middle right there.
Yeah, if you trust your stuff that much.
Yeah.
This one misses outside. Well, and it takes some trust with your catcher, too, depending on what kind of arsenal you have in your disposal. If you're one that tends to spike it a little bit, you want to make sure that you know your catcher knows that and has dealt with that. Swing and a miss. Yeah, another strikeout.
He's got the stuff to go right at people. That's I think is going to make them a tough out in the state tournament.
7 strikeouts on the day for Tobias. We go to the 6th inning. Crown Point still leads it, though, 3-1. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Mike Brenner along with Doug Nelson. New pitcher for Crown Point in this one. You've got Bryce Schuster on the bump for Crown Point. Barnelli went to third, so I haven't seen where Linus Cheriton may have gone. We'll keep an eye on that, try to see if we can bring any more of these defensive changes. I can see that Farnelli went to third base.
You know him from his shoes. That's right.
That's right. Yep, that's how I was able to identify that one.
Yeah.
Because I want you to wear those in the future. I think you could pull those off.
I could take them off and throw them away. Yeah. Back in the day, we had to wear matching shoes. There was no yellow allowed with your white and red uniform.
It's because yellow is just a
Coach Lewandowski
bad color.
Wouldn't allow that. It was frowned upon unless I wanted to run until my lungs came out of my body.
Parker Robinson leading off this 6th inning, leading off for the second time in the ball game today. Struck out both plate appearances.
Again, great spot for Schuster to be coming in, come right at these bottom of the order hitters. The action that they got there in the top of the 5th kind of allowed the batting order to flip a little bit. So the top of the order will bat again in the 7th inning.
Having a hard time finding that strike zone, though.
Yeah, you can go right at this guy.
2-0 the count. This one line. This will take a one-hop right to Ehrlich. The throw across. The dig is beautiful. What a play. From short to first.
A little short hop like that, but that's the kind of play there you might see a long hop, especially on this turf.
Mm-hmm.
That's a skill that's kind of new, kind of
having to play off
with
the
turf. Yeah, just kind of throw it about 3/4 way and give your first baseman a nice long hop. Nice play there by Ehrlich.
And that might be a candidate for that Proud Union home play of the game for sure. That's certainly some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more information.
That was a professional segue, Mike. That was unbelievable.
I've been at this for just a few years. This one lined into center for a base hit. Luke Haufelt with his second hit of the game.
Good job of hitting there, staying up the middle. Like a little off speed there from Schuster. Courtesy runner.
Now batting is going to be number
And I believe that'll be number 11 again, so that'll be Jacob Figg.
Like you said, at the bottom of the order, if they can flip it over back to Nick Robinson with some guys on base, they put Lake Central in a great position.
Drew Arnold pinch hitting here for Brendan Smith.
Schuster's got a pretty high leg kick. I wonder if the Lake Central coaches pick up on that. Maybe might be a steal on that.
That might be something they're looking for. I believe that's Schwartz over there in the first base box, and then Coach Novosel over in the third. They switched a few weeks ago, just trying to mix things up a little bit.
I would just do it because it's a shorter walk.
Well, when you're at home, that's the shorter walk.
You go to some places and it's a mile. When you go down the Lowell and you're leaving from the first base dugout to the third base coach's box, you need a scooter. I mean, it is far.
Bring you one of the bullpen carts?
Yeah. Trainer. I need a trainer.
Hey, bring him an oxygen.
Yeah. It was a hike just because of the way the fences were.
Taking that, acting like you're practicing your slow trot out in case you have to go for a bullpen arm.
Yeah, and it felt like you just uphill both ways. Oh, my goodness.
Through the snow, through the rain.
Yeah.
And sometimes that really was the case.
Literally, yeah. The grass was always high there.
1-1 the count here to Arnold. Arnold, the Rocks has one out into foul territory.
There's a lot of foul balls today, isn't it? Because of quality.
There must have been a discount on baseballs or something.
No kidding.
They have plenty of them left. I said, don't worry if you hit it into foul territory.
Coach Strayer, there's part of Coach Strayer that's unhappy about having to go into the box of baseballs.
1-2. Missing just outside. Really nice pitch there from Schuster.
Yeah, it was a great 1-2 pitch. Try to get the batter to chase a little bit.
And good eye from Arnold to not offer at that one. So a big 2-2 pitch here. On the ground, third base. Farinelli over to second for one, over to first. Not going to be relayed, but they get the lead runner. That's an impressive.
That was a really nice play by Farinelli. Yeah, that was a big out. So
Arnold is on via the fielder's choice. So Mike Zatkowski up here, trying to keep this lineup moving. 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Crown Point leads at 3-1.
The Schuster's got to really bear down right here. You don't want to get back to the top of the order with 2 guys on base. There's some teams and some pitchers that kind of relax when you get 2 outs.
Yeah.
And I think Nathan mentioned this in a game, and it's just, man, you got to sharpen up right now.
1-1, the count here.
I've coached teams. If it was a 2-out league, we would have been undefeated. We were. It's just everything seemed to happen after 2 outs.
Well, do you think some of that is just, hey, I got 2 outs, I can relax a little bit?
You can relax a little bit. You kind of lose focus just for this long. And the pitcher, you can lose it just that quickly.
2-1. Runner gets a big lead off of first, but doesn't go anywhere.
3-1 count.
So what are you throwing here?
I'm throwing a 4-seamer right down the middle, the 9-hitter.
Daring him to hit it.
Yep.
And he gets it upstairs, so.
There you go, top of the order.
Top of the order here. Robinson, who's been 3 for 3 today, and this is going to bring a visit from the coaching staff. And this gives us a chance to tell you that Lake Central Football Booster Club and the LC alumni are proud to host its annual golf outing at Sherwood Golf Course on July 19th. 100% of the outing's proceeds will go towards all levels of Lake Central football. For more information, visit the LCFB Booster Club Facebook page.
Yeah, you got a challenge. You can't. Again, it's you never know because you're not the one on the mound, but you just got to stay sharp here. And good visit here by the coaching staff at Crown Point. Just kind of get everybody back on the same page and say, hey, we got to sharpen up and we got to force anywhere, knock the ball down, try to keep it in the infield.
Still got those awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We got that Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And, of course, the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. And if you're a trade union representative and you want to maybe sponsor that Proud Union Home Play of the Game, you can go ahead and call Chris Ramirez. We'll give you that number right after this pitch here to Nick Robinson. That comes inside for ball one. So that number for Chris Ramirez, 219-588-1984. Go ahead and call him right now. He's waiting for your call.
Phone in hand.
1-0 on the outside part for a strike, so 1-1.
He's trying to stay away from him. Make him drive the ball to right center field. Ball is carrying that way, so if Robinson can stay behind it and drive it maybe down that line, he'd run forever.
Tying run on first. Go ahead run at the plate, Nick Robinson, the 1-1. Breaking ball. That goes low for a ball.
He's giving him a dose of off speed. He's throwing a two-seamer and a curveball. He's not really challenged him yet with the four-seamer. Ball's moving a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot of movement on these pitches from Schuster. 2-1. And they're going to do the old traditional back. Until the runners get back.
Yeah, you got to concentrate on that batter. You're going to give the guy a look. You don't want him to score. He's not, the tying run's on first. You got two outs. I would really be bearing down on this hitter.
2-1 pitch. Missing outside, and now it's 3-1. You still got a spot to put him, but then you're flirting with some dangerous territory there.
You don't want to put the leading run on base, You got to go after him. There you go.
And that's missing outside, so back-to-back walks here in the sixth. Lake Central had the bases loaded in the first and couldn't get a run across the board. And this all happening with 2 outs in the inning. So it's Quinn O'Brien now with an opportunity. That tying run now stands at second base, and you know that anything hit pretty hard and far, Robinson has got some wheels, so probably can get a little bit farther than most people would think, as long as the guy in front of him is moving. That ball gets away. Runners will not advance. They got a chance down at second, but runner gets down. You kind of get caught in between because, Arnold not wanting to make that full dive toward home because maybe scooted back too much. And then a run down and then a throw down to second could prove to be, dangerous because you're worried about that play at second and then the run coming in as well if they don't get the out.
Yeah, he was very fortunate with the carrying of the ball right back to him.
I think that's what kind of put Arnold in a position that he didn't want to go and get that final out at home plate.
Sure. That was great base running. You want to think go, 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 but he was pretty fortunate to get that bounce right back to him, and he was very, like you said, heads up. Guy off second was off pretty far.
Coach Novosel over there at the third base coach's box. Now, this is interesting. I haven't seen too many meetings where it's just the coach talking to the pitcher and the infield doesn't come in as well. That doesn't happen too often, does it?
No, he's just challenging him a little bit. If I know Coach Strayer, he's going to say, just make him hit it. There's a difference between making him hit it and letting him hit it. Challenge him. Make him hit it. Trust your stuff. He's walked a couple guys here, and that's what's gotten him in trouble.
Then not sure what was on the bump there. He also grabbed a handful of something from the bump. This one fouled going towards the Crum Point dugout. They'll give it right back to their pitcher.
And you challenge him there with a four-seamer and say, here, hit it, O'Brien's flied out twice to right field, with a walk, so he's got to get a hit.
So 0 for 2 with that walk back in the first. Missing low, 2-1. Count here.
Yeah, if I'm O'Brien, I'm waiting for one pitch. I'm waiting for the four-seamer. As of right now, he can't really control that cutter or whatever he's throwing, and it's just moving a lot. Wow.
That one misses for ball 3. That one looked pretty good.
It was up a little bit.
Okay.
And again, the home plate umpire has been consistent.
Yeah, he has been.
Again, you're sitting four-seam fastball.
This one ticketed into right. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble, but it's going to go into foul territory. So just trying to straighten that one out. That was the fastball, Coach.
It was, and he was a little late on it, but it was slicing. But
so do you come back with the fastball
you
here?
Have to. You have to. I would challenge him. The runners are going to be moving, so the play's probably going to be at first in the infield. If I'm Robinson at first, I'm getting a huge lead. I want to score on a base hit. You could score, like you said, in anything in the gap.
Ball 4, and it's a one-run game.
He's kind of pitcher's kind of begging it. You don't want to do that as a pitcher. He's struggling. If he's struggling, you're not going to get that call from the umpire.
And we are going to have a change here. Is that number 4 running out there, or is that a 14?
14.
14 for Crown Point.
For 16. 16 is going to get warm in the 10.
Zane Biernat running out there.
Yeah, he's probably going to re-enter at some point. But if you're Schuster, you're kind of begging right now. You got to just challenge and make him go get it. Now you got Tobias. You got real trouble right now. He struck out twice.
In his senior season and trying to help his cause on the bump as well, because he's still the pitcher of record for Lake Central. So if he can get this tied, it's a no decision for him.
Yeah.
And if he can get the lead for his team as well, it puts him in the win category.
Yeah, he's too good a hitter to be 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's going to...
There is action in both bullpens going here. Lake Central's had some guys warming up for a little while. I couldn't tell if it's 2-barrel action or just one over there.
Well, there's one guy getting up on the mound. The other guys are stretching a little bit with the bands, but catcher goes out to the mound and give that pitcher a little time to warm up too. Again, if you're Robinson at second base, you're the go-ahead run. I'm getting a huge lead. I want to score on a base hit.
1-0, Tobias pops it up on the right side into foul territory, and this will get out of play. So evens the count at 1.
Yeah, I'm still sitting for him. He hasn't proved that he can throw that cutter for a strike consistently.
Maybe gets 1 or 2 of them in there occasionally.
Yeah, 3 walks this inning.
So 1-1 the count, 2 away, bases loaded for Lake Central. It's a 1-run ball game. And this one, slow roller, picked up by
play.
Schuster, who will flip it over to first. And that will retire the side, but Lake Central gets a little bit closer here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000-square-foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. 3-2 your score right now here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still Griffin Tobias out on the bump for Lake Central. Your scheduled hitters for Crown Point, it was Billy Chidsey, and he is in the on-deck circle because he was lifted in the top of the 6th for a defensive switch. So Chidsey will lead off, and then Horton and Grimes, your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And this is kind of a big inning for Crown Point. You kind of feel like you need to maybe get 1, maybe 2, if you can, to kind of feel a little bit confident about this lead, because Lake Central kind of inching that way back a little bit.
Yeah, you would like to add on here if you're Crown Point, especially with your 4, 5, 6 guys coming up. But
leading off for the Bulldogs is
a nice, give them a little breathing room going to the bottom, top of the 7th.
So Billy Chidsey will lead things off here. Had a double and an RBI double back in the 4th inning. That was his 12th RBI of the year. And now 7 extra base hits for him on the year. And now for Griffin Tobias, how aggressive are you going to be as the pitcher?
4, 5, 6. You're going to, again, try to stay away from him. You don't want to go middle in and give him something to drive, but unless it's something moving.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, he's kind of staying away from him right now. But keep working outside, Stay off that barrel.
As the sign he wants, 1-1. In there for a strike.
That might be about as wide as the home plate umpire's gone today. See if Tobias stays outside.
Swing and a miss on the breaking ball.
Yeah, off speed. Nice little rhythm there.
8 strikeouts on the day for Tobias. By the way, that was what Farinelli ended up with, was 8 strikeouts in the game today.
Horton's 2 for 2.
Yeah, back-to-back singles, one in the second, one in the fourth, and we are in the sixth. This one popped up, though, left side. Robinson at short there to make the catch. That's the old announcer's jinx there for Doug Nelson.
There you go.
You can reach him at 219.
Nice little quick inning here for Tobias. Again, this is one of those things you want to get back to the dugout right now. You don't want to waste time. You want to finish this inning right now, get quickly back in the dugout and get to work offensively.
Drew Costiba will.
Coach Dre is going to call timeout just to slow down Tobias. That's all he's doing right here.
Going to be Drew Costiba to lead things off for the Indians in the top half of the 7th inning, followed by Ryder Fernandez and Parker Robinson.
Yeah.
Still got Joey Grimes here for Crown Point. He had a single in this game earlier.
Yeah, Coach Dre has been doing this a long time, over 600 career wins, but he just slowing down Tobias right there. Call timeout, walk down, tell him a joke, ask him what he's having for dinner or whatever.
Fouled right back to the screen.
Try to get Tobias out of rhythm a little bit. It was too quick.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever just stop playing and just ask a guy what he's doing for dinner?
Sure.
Okay.
Get his mind off maybe help him relax a little bit.
Breaking ball, 0-2.
Maybe joke about something the day before happened in practice or a bus ride or something. Just try to get his mind off of it just for a minute. Get him to exhale a little bit. It's a lot of pressure in that mound.
0-2. In the air, off to the right, giving chase, but not going to be able to make a play. Is Costiba out there and right?
You ever seen Bull Durham?
Yeah.
Remember their pitching
meeting?
Oh,
yes.
Talked about wedding gifts and other stuff.
Just about anything, yeah. Tobias getting that sign from Halfelt. 0-2. Upstairs. And that could be that's not always, some people are like, just go after him there, as you've said, but sometimes that pitch right there isn't the worst thing in the world. Change that eye level, come back and get him on this pitch.
You just set him up for this pitch, probably a slider low and away.
Popped in the air, out of play, so still 1-2.
Yeah, you mess with that eye level a little bit. In and out, up and down. You usually want if you're going to throw a high fastball, you want it armpit high, Maybe shoulder high. I mean, it looks good enough to hit, but you just can't hit it. That kind of thing.
1-2. That was a little bit above the armpits there and a little inside.
That was unless again, he might have missed a spot there, but he's got him set up for that little cutter low and away.
Well, and he's got a count to work with. I mean, it was only 1-2. Now it's 2-2. That breaking ball just missing.
Yeah, that was the pitch he wanted it on.
Well, one thing we haven't talked too much about in games is the ability to pitch frame a little bit. It's an underrated part of a pitching combo.
Wow.
And that one missing outside.
Yeah, our first base umpire today is Sean Treese, one of the better ones up here in the region. And we had a catcher at Hanover Central. His name is Jesse Wilkin. He got drafted, played at Nebraska. But he said when Jesse was receiving the ball so smoothly that he said, your catcher might have cost you strikes. I'm like, well, you're going to have to explain that one to me, Yeah. So we talked a little bit about it, and just about how he made it look too good. He didn't have to move his glove, that kind of thing.
Oh, so he's doing too much with it.
Yeah, if you frame it and it's already a strike, you don't really need to.
Right.
Because a lot of times if the umpire see you kind of pull it in or up or down, he assumes that it's a ball.
Trevor Gibbs on to run at first base. He's playing center field today.
You pulled it in because it was a ball. So,
Correct.
So I had him explain it straight to Jesse, and we were all on the same page.
So Joe Sullivan here with a runner on, 2 outs. Tobias was looking like he was going to have a 1-2-3 inning, and all of a sudden, runner on now. Pitch count continues to go up. Now you're at the later stages in the game, so at this point you're just going to ride with him until you get to that pitch limit.
That's another thing we talked about, though, Mike, is that you got 2 outs. You can't relax. You can't let up mentally. You got to stay sharp right now. He's kind of, he's kind of playing with his arm a little bit. Maybe he is getting a little tired, but he's got to focus. He's got to get this guy out.
2-0.
Ooh,
this one
that is smacked.
Ripped into left, going back on it and making the catch out there is Setkowski, who Griffin has played with for a number of years, I believe since they were about 7 years old out there, doing a little combo work to get that final out here of the 6th. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the 7th inning here at Crown Point. They lead it by 1, and NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. So Crown Point trying to hold on here and get one more inning without a run coming across the board for Lake Central. And it'd be another conference win, the 9th of the year, if they can get the victory here. Clinging to a 1-run lead, Drew Kostiba will lead things off for Lake Central. He's 2 for 3 today with an RBI triple back in the 5th. First pitch, missing low as Schuster has had a hard time kind of really finding that strike zone consistently. Been able to get out of innings and only have 1 run of damage in that 5th inning, in that 6th inning, but a little bit more pressure on there this inning. Yeah. Swing and a miss, nice pitch.
It's right now it's a big out. When a team's trying to make a comeback, getting that first out as the pitcher is very important. And if you're Lake Central, of course, you want to get that leadoff guy on. But so this is a little battle within the war here.
1-1. This one hit right back to Schuster. He picks himself up, throws to first, and gets the out. But, oh my, lined right and hit him on the side. And they're going to go check on him to make sure he's all good. And he's saying, I'm fine, let's keep going.
Yeah. You want to go check him out here. Hopefully you got him on meat. You know what I mean?
I mean, it looked like the thigh or the gluteus maximus.
He couldn't hit it any harder.
No, that was a rope. Right there. And
that's one of the scariest plays in baseball right there, especially with these aluminum bats or whatever they are, the metal bats. And
I'm just glad it was low and below the shoulders.
You just see too many guys get hurt.
Ryder Fernandez, the hitter now, 0 for 3 on the day. Trying to come through and get on base. That's what Lake Central needs right now to keep this one going. This one chopped right back to Schuster. He gets the out at first. And now Lake Central down to their final out. Crown Point getting 2 quick ones here, trying to hold on and get that conference victory.
Yeah, everybody can just leave the field, and you can just hit it back to the pitcher again, right?
So Parker Robinson.
Yeah, Parker Robinson, if you're Schuster, you want to challenge him. 0 for 3. Sorry, Mike, 2 strikeouts.
We're missing outside. So 1-0. This one right back past the mound this time. Ehrlich tries to flip, and they get the out at first. And Crown Point gets the victory here on a Wednesday night, 3-2.
Bulldogs, the victory by a score of 3-2.
That was a pretty tough play out there for Ehrlich, having to run in to get that slow roller just past the mound.
Yeah, athletic play. Great job by Schuster, though, bouncing back from the 6th inning to the 7th inning.
Yeah.
He was looked much more comfortable there in the 7th inning.
Especially after taking that one off the side as well. Really tough inning for him in that sense. But, way to come back and deal with all the runners and issues that he dealt with in that 6th inning, then come back and get them 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. All right, we're going to crunch the numbers. We're going to be back in just a moment. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with the coach, Doug Nelson. Coach, our Meat of the Matter presented by the Region Sports Network. This was a really well-pitched game for both sides. A couple of opportunities offensively for both teams, but, not very many, and there were some hard-hit balls that just went right to the defense. It ended up being some slow rollers and walks that ended up being the offensive parts of this game.
Yeah, again, I think this is a good game to help prepare them for the postseason because this is how it's going to be. Back-to-back 3-2 games. It's going to be a lot of good pitchers. And we saw two of the better ones here in the region tonight. And they both battled and got through tough ruts and did a great job and got their pitch count up and give their team a chance to win.
Yeah, it was a really nice played ball game, and these two teams won't play each other in sectionals, but could meet up in regionals if they advance through sectionals the way that they're hoping to do. So that's been the Meat of the Matter presented by the Region Sports Network. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our award winners. We've got our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowell Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. Doug, where do you want to go with this one?
Yeah, again, in a game with so many, prospects and we with the Major League Scouts we had here today and such, but we're going to go with Crown Point's Noah Ehrlich. 2 for 3. Made some nice plays there at the shortstop position. And, again, you got to be good up the middle and then the top of your order. And he's there's not much he hasn't seen.
Correct.
He's had the pressure of football and done well. And he's played, very high-level baseball in the summer and here in the Duneland Conference. So he's prepared, and those are the kind of guys you want to build around.
All right, Noah Ehrlich, our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Let's go with our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
We're going to go with Griffin Tobias. I know he had a tough day at the plate, but he was really impressive on the mound. How many strikeouts did you have him for?
I had him for 8.
Yeah, 8, and he, again, went 6 strong innings and kept his team in the ball game. There are a couple errors behind him, but only a couple hard hit balls by Crown Point there in the gap there in that big 4th inning. But he's going to be impressive, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. So he's our blue collar player of the game.
All right, sounds good. Congrats to Griffin Tobias, and now our proud in-home play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network.
We talked about it earlier, but we went with that double. Bill Chidsey.
Yep.
Chidsey of Crown Point hit a double there in the 4th inning and scored the second run in a pivotal inning. So play of the game was the ball. He hit one out by that flagpole there in the 377 sign and really hit it hard back up the middle and let the wind do the work and move the ball away from center fielder. So that's our play of the game. Billy
Chidsey.
Chidsey.
There we go.
Can't even read my own handwriting.
That's all right. That's what you got me for.
There you go.
All right. We want to thank our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, also doing the game production over there. Cole, go ahead and turn that camera. Just there he is. That guy.
He's the man.
Got to get there. And if you want to go ahead and flip that around and go see yourself, that is our cameraman today, Justin Cole. Our sports director is Mike Dewan. Your broadcast crew, myself, Michael Brenner, along with the coach, Doug Nelson. I don't know if I'll see you until basketball season.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll see you during football season, maybe
So.
even during baseball seasons. But excited for you and your next adventure as well next school year.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to Steve Strayer and Mike Schwartzentruber, the head coaches for Crown Point and Lake Central, respectively, for getting us everything we needed for today's game. And, of course, Bill Derula and Chris Enyart, the ADs for both schools as well. And, of course, you. That's right, you, the one I'm pointing at. You, the viewers on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever else you're streaming this game from. We want to thank you guys because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you very much. Crown Point gets the win 3-2. You've been watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.